have been thinking lately about this strange sort of sensation I've been having that I think it's the feeling of being at the beginning of a great adventure. I feel kind of like I felt when I was 21 and kind of in college, and life was all ahead of me and everything was a great adventure that hadn't yet been had. And so it was all just excitement about the future. And I don't know, the last 20 years of my life have definitely not really felt that way. But it's so strange now, I'm 41, to feel like I'm 21 again and feel like I'm at the beginning of some grand adventure and all of the exciting things in life are still in front of me. It's an amazing feeling to have, and an incredible blessing that this place has given me. I've just told Rudy that we're not going down this way, and he is frozen, deliberating over whether or not to defy me. Analysis paralysis. Weighing the pros and the cons.
Let's go, Rudy.
I love watching Rudy's will at work, his attempt to control his instincts. It's very difficult. Although by now he's probably moved on to some contemplation about the beauty of the sunset. Meanwhile, my mind is completely occupied by how adorable it is watching this. What does it say about me that my dog apparently has deeper thoughts than I do? My friend Sofia is a truly remarkable woman. She owns this olive oil company, and at some point I'll do an entire episode just on this because it's so incredible. Actually, if you're in New York, you can buy her oil at Grand Central Station. I'll put a link in the description. But I went to her olive grove to learn about how to prune olive trees. They hosted this master class on olive tree pruning. So now we've got the advice from some real professionals about how to care for our trees. So I'm in one of the apartments and the air conditioning has gone in. We've got those terrible mini split units in this apartment, and this apartment only. We're not putting them anywhere else. This is kind of funny, I've just noticed this, but I'm inside one of the apartments right now, and when I look up here, I can actually see through this hole, you can see that's the end of a banister from the stairwell in the villa. So now I'm in the stairwell of the villa, and this is the funny little corner where this hole goes to the outside, where the external unit will be on the roof of the apartment. And then this hole down here is the hole that I was looking through from the apartment down below. And then over here is a hole that goes down into one of the bedrooms of the apartment down below. So it's just kind of funny to be able to like see from the villa into the apartments this way. It's a clever kind of way of getting the system through from the roof of the apartment, through the walls of the villa, into the apartment. All right, we've got some external units installed. This is the side of the villa. And this is the roof of one of the apartments. And there's another one over here that's serving, this one serves a few of the rooms in the villa. And this one serves the apartment below here underneath this roof. Gosh, the view from up here is really nice, isn't it? great to be able to hide these units so well. And I'm noticing there's some smoke coming out of the chimney. That is the chimney of our big domed brick oven that the monks used to use to bake bread. Here, this is the bread oven right there. There's a nice big fire burning in there. Look how gorgeous. This enormous wardrobe is where we have stored our glasses because we don't have a place to store glasses in the kitchen. So we have that little pantry over there, which is very small and very full. And these little cupboards above the counter, actually, they have a shelf in the middle, so they're not tall enough to store glasses. And then there's no storage underneath this table. And we have a little bit of storage in here, and that's where we store all of our plates, bowls, coffee cups, espresso cups, all the ceramic pieces are in there, except for these ones, which I've decided to get rid of. So when we want glasses, we have to walk all the way across the living room to the other end here to get a glass. So this is not where we're going to store glasses in the future. And in fact, I'm removing it from the apartment entirely. It is absolutely enormous and it does not need to be in here. And I'm going to put bookshelves there instead. And we're going to make a library in here. Now, I have gone through all of the glasses that were in here on this shelf, and I've taken out the ones that we actually use. And this is what is left. It's basically everything, because when we moved in here, well, we never really moved in, and it already had a bunch of stuff in it, and we just never sorted through it to get rid of what we didn't want. So that is finally happening now. That is a sight that makes me very happy. Gosh, I can't even fit the whole thing in the frame. It's so huge. It's quite a bit taller than I am, and I'm 6'1". I could literally stand inside of this wardrobe if we took the shelves out. Its home is going to be in a storage room. Rudy and I are out for our walk, and I see the sander out. This table is so beautiful, but it was getting a little weather worn. You can see there are some little like spots of mold growing on the leg. It really needs some love and attention since we keep it outside. Speaking of tables, I went to go look at this table at my neighbor's house. He is getting rid of it and wants me to consider buying it. It came from a monastery in Belgium, so I like that. And I can actually think of where I would put this. I'd put it on the breakfast terrace that we have next to the kitchen in the villa at the convent. It has this drawer, which isn't in the video, but this drawer has a secret compartment in it, which is kind of fun. But it definitely needs some restoration work, and I've banned myself from buying furniture at the moment. But what do you think? Should I get this? Okay, so it looks like Giovanni has been in here to take a first pass, putting plaster over the channels that were cut into the stone walls. This one's wild because it comes from the roof outside on the upper part of the wall down here. So there's a kind of rough run of plaster over the track that was dug through the stone wall. And then he'll come back and do another pass and we'll get it smooth eventually, and then it'll be painted white. I'll include here a couple of clips from the previous episode and say that if you are interested in this air conditioning installation, I think it's fascinating the way we've been figuring out how to put it in here. I definitely recommend that you go back to the prior episode and the one before that. This is the third episode that I have tracked the progress of the air conditioning in. If you're interested, definitely go back and check out the last two episodes. And a temporary fence has gone up along the edge of the terrace here to close off the construction site for the pool. And I have commissioned a local iron worker to hand make a 45-meter long railing that will run the whole length of this terrace. And that railing will be in a style similar to the other railings that we have around the property. Like these ones that bow out in the middle. Some big decisions are being made about the pool right now. Unfortunately, when removing the hedge, it became apparent that the stone walkway behind the row of chairs there is actually about 30 centimeters higher than the height of this stone wall here. And so that means that we can't have a totally level terrace for the swimming pool unless we raise the height of the wall on the right to meet the height of the stone walkway over there. We can't remove the stone walkway because it's covering electrics and drainage pipes and a bunch of utilities that I don't want to move. So we've got a couple of options. One is to raise the height of this stone wall, which sounds like a very expensive option to me. And the other is to, if we don't raise that wall, then it means that we can't use the entire width of the terrace. We will have 2 steps up because what we'll do is we'll lower this side of the terrace and we'll raise this side of the terrace slightly. And we'll have 2 steps up to the walkway there, which means that we'll have to put in a railing all the way along that walkway. And it means that the sunbeds next to the pool can't go all the way back to the wall back here. They have to stay on this side of the stone walkway, which means that there's not very much space between the chairs and the border of the pool, which you can sort of see faintly here in this white line in the grass. And that's the edge of the water. There's then a travertine border beyond that. So you would have only about like half a meter to squeeze between the chairs and the edge of the pool, which I don't like. So if we don't raise the height of the wall on the right so that we can have the whole terrace be level with the stone walkway, our other option is to move the pool closer to the wall on the right. And that will give us more space on this side of the pool for furniture, and it'll give us basically no space on this side of the pool for furniture. So I don't know if you can see this, but the red and white stakes are the original position for the pool, and there are some metal stakes to the right of each of those. About 70 centimeters is what we've done. That is kind of where we would shift the position of the pool to. And I kind of like this solution, or at least I like the idea of not having furniture on this side of the pool. Because then when I'm sitting on this side of the pool looking out at the view, I won't have furniture blocking the view. I'll just have the view out over the pool. I think that'll be really nice. But even still, it means that we'll have a whole portion of the terrace that's basically like pointless. Because when there was hedging on this terrace, creating a few different kind of rooms on the terrace, this walkway was useful to get past, to get from one end of the terrace to the other. But now we're going to be keeping the whole terrace in this big open space. So there isn't really a purpose for this walkway, which means that, you know, say we put a fence running basically where the edge of this gate is. And so that means from the edge of this gate all the way to the wall on the left is just unused space. There's just a fence blocking it off from the pool terrace, and then you just have this long blocked off walkway that's not very useful. And it seems a shame to waste so much space on this incredible terrace. However, in order to make this space at the back of the terrace usable, I think it's going to cost a lot of money to raise the height of a stone wall 30 centimeters. The length of the stone wall is 50 meters. That's a lot of stone wall to be building. I think it might be too expensive. If you all have any ideas here, please do let me know. I'm sure there is some creative solution to this out there that is just remaining invisible to me at the moment. So please open my eyes, give me some ideas. And thank you so much for spending the time and for coming with me on this adventure. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and share this video with somebody who you think might enjoy a little sparkle in their day. Until next time, take care and keep shining. Ciao for now from the medieval Convento di San Giacomo.